This is my Minecraft Forever world, where I am aiming to build a full medieval kingdom. So far, I have already started work on the main city and the first terraforming project of this series. Today, I want to focus on the city, turning it into a powerful capital city to rule over the entire world. But first, I have to plan out exactly how this city is going to look. Having expanded the land of our city, I want to start planning out the builds. Now, obviously, I am using wool for the planning. As you can see, brown wool is being used for the roads, and then white wool is being used to plan out the builds. And I want to start off with this section here, but I want to build over both sides of the road, similar to what I have done just down here on a project I am still currently working on, which I am going to get finished. As you can see, I have an archway here, and I'm just working on what I'm actually going to be building. On here, I want to build like this sort of like gateway because the main city is off that direction. But down here is sort of like the grungy harbour area. As you can see, I did originally plan the harbour to be built around here. But what I realised was if I did that, then the width of the city down by the harbour would be this wide, literally the size of about 2 buildings. So obviously I'm going to expand the harbour off towards where the natural sort of coastline goes down here. Now this area is why I actually started building over here, because I saw this natural harbour and wanted to build on it. But obviously scrapped that plan, moved on to something else. So I'm going to start planning out some of the structures be going on both sides of the actual main roads. This isn't actually a main road, and what we also have to do is change the way that this road is built. Right now it is mud brick and then coarse dirt surrounding it, but I want this to be one of the main roads going off towards the harbour. What I want to have in this city is sort of like a graded area, so like a system, where down here by the docks is definitely the lower city where all the workers are, where all the small things a bit more grungy, and all the side roads will be made of mud. But the main roads leading to the harbour, the main city, will be built using stone and stuff like that to really show that these are the vital lines that keep the economy of the city running. So that's something I've got to work on as well. But for now, I'm going to start planning out where these buildings are going to be, then collect some resources to start working on this main road section. Now that the first part of this road is built, I want to move on to actually building some houses. So I did say earlier, I want these main roads to be a lot more like large scale developed, really showing that these are the core roads of the city. However, I also want them to follow the style of the certain part of the city that I have placed in. As I mentioned, this is the lower city. This is the oldest part of the city. When people first came in, when settlers first came into this part of the world, this is the oldest city that they have. They started here and then built up around the harbour. So that is why this road is mixing with cracked stone brick, mossy stone brick, random blocks thrown in, because I want to show that over time, this main road has been aged over time as the city has expanded and grown, with as much carts and cargo being hauled down this road into the main city up that direction. And what I want to do is work in sort of like the early trading of this city. As I mentioned in the previous video, I wanted this tower to be foliage storage, so vines, plants, tree saplings, all that sort of stuff, carved it and stored into this main tower. But I want to expand on that. Right now in this section of the city, I have what is planned to be foliage storage, I have a bamboo farm and a sugarcane farm. So I thought, instead of focusing all the storage into one building, how about I bring the storage all into one section of the city and turn this into a flower market, with this main building in the middle being the main market area where everything is built. So that is what we are going to be doing. I want to start off with this circular building here and then see where it goes. I've got somewhat of a style what I want to build, and hopefully I have the resources that I need, because in the barn over there I have about 30 shulker boxes which are filled with resources from when I was building up this part of the city. So I'll raid that and see how much of this we can get building. Before I keep building up this roof, I think I have to raise this entire building up a few blocks, because otherwise this is going to look really strange. After an hour of designing, the first building is done. This is going to be used as a fishmonger's, and I think it fits really well into the grungy style of this city. I then decided to keep working on this new road layout, hoping to expand it out so I can start working on the main marketplace of this section of the city. So starting with some basic pathways, I decided to quickly move on to building a central fountain inside of this market. This is going to be a main decorational piece of this area, sort of to show that this is a main communal space, and the market stalls came in over time as I realized more people were coming to this area, so that the business people, the people who own the foliage trades in this city, could come in and get more sales. From there, I decided to start planning out where each market stall was going to go. I was hoping to make these angled, sort of like creating a difficult shape to build, but making it feel more realistic for this medieval city. And I think the outcome was actually really good. From building these basic layouts, I soon moved on to detailing main market stalls with so many different ways to show storage, and I think the end product is absolutely amazing. Moving on to another house, this is the exact same style as the one I finished the previous video with the tough main base at the bottom, and then moving up to another colour for a fully decorated textured build This time I decided to use yellow concrete, terracotta and yellow wool. I'm going to bring a little bit of colour to this city, as right now I do have the market stall, but a lot of the city has been very beige, and I wanted to bring in that pop of colour to make this look more bright, something more appealing to the eye to build. And I think the end result was really good. I didn't actually do the full detailing of this build, so I wanted to move on to one of the really big builds, the main build of this section of the city. I am really starting to love how this city is looking, especially this area. This market has truly brought the entire build together. Now, obviously, I start to decorate this yellow building here. I will be doing that in the next couple of Minecraft days. But what I want to focus on now is the new guild hall that I want to build and plan out some more builds in this area here. Because obviously, we've done these ones here, finished off the marketplace. I want to expand the city off this direction and see how far we can go in the next 70 days. And a little disclaimer, the mountains in the background are a work in progress. That's going to mean that's why they're going to change so much over the next few videos. Right now, I've got the peaks done, but the sides, like the main cliff faces, are nowhere near where I want them to be because they do not look realistic at all. So that will be changing throughout this video and probably the next 10 or 12 videos. Don't know how long it's going to take me to get that fully planned out and built. But anyway, I want to get started on some more housing and some more buildings, starting with this main guild hall again, because I really think if I bring this guild hall in, then this entire street will really start to come together, especially on this side here. This guild hall is going to be a very large building, which means Shulker Monster. Did that transition look cool? That transition better have looked cool. I spent so long trying to set it up. For this guild hall, I have a very bizarre idea, and it involves clashing many different build designs into one main building. So right now, I am currently building the first section. This is the section where only the business owners will be able to get in. And this is a mix of a mud brick tower and a sandstone basic building. And it's almost as if the two builds had been infused together, as if the mud brick one is an older one, maybe like an old chapel or something, and then they expanded it, and on the other side of the road they bought that as the guild hall. So then I moved on to building this bridge here, and this is the bridge that connects the two over the road, and I absolutely love how this turned out. It was the first time working in a sort of style with loads of different blocks I haven't really used before. I've never used bamboo at all in any builds, but the building that came next to it, I spent so long trying to figure out how to get it to correct. Originally it was going to be the style of the other builds in the city, but I decided to bring in some tough blocks into it just to give that little bit extra detail, and I think the end result was absolutely phenomenal. So now that we have the main structure of the guild hall completed, all we need to do now is a little bit of decorating. I absolutely love this building now. I'm going to be completely honest, I hated it up until the point that I put the plants and foliage around all the decorations around. And that is a perfect example of why it is sometimes hard to be a builder. You have to stick with your build no matter how bad it looks until right at the end. Because if I didn't put the foliage here, I would have torn this down and started again. But I absolutely love it now. I love how it looks like 4 different buildings slammed into one. Almost as if this was the original main guild hall for the foliage company. And then as they grew rich, as the city grew with their trade, they bought the land over here, which may have been like an old chapel. And what they decided to do was bridge the connection and bring the two buildings together to build one main headquarters. I absolutely love it. And this city is really starting to come together, ignoring that building there, because that building is terrible compared to the rest now. But that sightline with the new guild hall, the churches, the massive towers, all the housing, the market, that looks amazing. I'm going to tear down that main little plan section, the white wall there, because what I want to do is turn that front bit into some sort of little public garden now instead. And it's going to look so cool. This is what the entire city is aimed to look at. And speaking of the city, I have come up with a name for this city. As it is focused around foliage, at least the historic part of the city, this part of the city, is focused around the foliage trade. I've decided to go with a very basic name, to be honest, but this is now officially the city of Leaf. I know it's really short, but to be honest, I think a short name is best for what sort of city I want to build, because I want to bring in the name in the intro so I can just go, this is my city of Leaf. And yeah, short name. I might change it, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Leaf is a good name for now. And this is just such a good building. I want to expand the Guildhall again and bring it out this way as well, to just fully bring it down that main street, make it feel like they own as much of the city as possible, sort of like EDF in Emerald County, except this one is a lot more medieval. And what I'm also thinking is maybe if you look from back here, you can see that the buildings sort of like come together. The storage unit I built here and the Guildhall come together. So I might just completely connect the two in the roof and make it feel like they own all the buildings along this road. Really bring the world together. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. We have done a lot in this video. Once again, we have done, what was that, 4 builds, and also all the roads, a lot of resource gathering. This video has taken me quite a few days to record, but if you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to like and subscribe. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think we can just about do it. So please make sure you subscribe if you're not already. I have been Emerald Lord, and I will see you in the next Minecraft video. Goodbye.